Good evening, folks. Freddie Vasquez coming on with a news flash. Really quick, I just want to show you guys something here in regards to the petitions and election fraud. Circulator fraud. What's circulator fraud? Really quick, I want to show you guys this. So, as I mentioned, recently I've been going out getting petitions, meeting people, and I've come across people who have signed petitions but had no clue what they were signing. Right? They didn't know why they were signing these documents, what they were exactly for. So what I've come to the conclusion is that these individuals were signing documents under false pretenses. They were being misrepresented. Right? Some individuals, and I've heard this from other candidates. Now, this is not just something that only I've come across or witnessed, but I've heard this from other candidates. Some individuals have said that they signed the documents because they wanted to keep the food drives going. So there are individuals out there who are signing petitions based on, the idea that if they do not, then the food distributions will cease, right? So misrepresenting the petition, circulator fraud, really quick, misrepresenting the petition to the signer. Candidates are finding that many registered voters have signed petitions, although they had no clue what they were signing. And if they did, they had no clue who they were signing for. I met at least 20 or more people like this who had no clue what the petitions they signed actually meant or who the candidate was that they were actually signing for. If people are being misled about the petitions, then that is fraud. And I've come to learn the term. It's circulator fraud. Candidates for office have also reported registered voters saying they signed to keep the food distribution alive. They are being misled by circulators into signing using the food distribution sites associated with Feeding Westchester and other nonprofit organizations such as Bridgeway Alliance Church and the San Andreas Church on Elliott Street. These sites, along with senior centers, which compile lists of the seniors voters, are being used as a walking list, I guess, for lack of a better word, all right, a customized walking list. So, today I was driving. Well, I want to show you this right here, what it says on this. And I found this types of fraudulent signatures. You have circulator fraud. A circulator can introduce fraud by, and one of the is fraudulently misrepresenting the purpose and effect of the petition to the signer. And so if you're misrepresenting the documents that they're signing by insinuating that if they do not sign this or that they need to sign this in order to keep the food drives going, then you're misrepresenting the petitions. If you are simply going to people and saying, hey, these are the petitions so we can support the Democrats, and you're not telling them that it's a primary and that there are several Democrats within that primary who are going out to get petitions, you are representing just one of them, and this is the candidate you're representing, and this is why you hope to get their signature. Can I count on you? But you have to inform them. You have to educate them. And it's sad that our elected officials are not concerned with educating voters. Some of these elected officials come from neighborhoods and communities that, for lack of a better word, are not familiar with the electoral process. They're not engaged enough, or at least voluntarily engaged. They may be involuntarily engaged. And so you would think that they, take the time to educate the voters on politics, on elections, on primaries, on general elections. But they rather keep them dumbed down. They rather keep them, dependent. Dumbed down and dependent. And it's sad that we do it to our own people. I was just talking to my wife today. I said, sad. My own people. My own people. We don't unite. We don't make the same moves other groups do. And that is why we are in the same situation we are in. How can we progress when we don't unite with each other? We fool each other for our own self-gain. And I get it. We're a traumatized group. We come from nothing many times. And we come from an environment where it's dog eat dog, every man for himself. But we have to change that mentality. Otherwise, we're just going to be used. We're never going to have any real influence. We're never going to progress as a people. You may progress. Congratulations to you. But what about the rest of your people? Be a role model. Be a leader. Lead the people. Do not lie to the people. And it's sad that they do that. These districts are represented by people of color. I would expect more. But it doesn't matter. And this is why I say identity politics is for the birds, as they say. It does not matter. Your own people will sometimes be worse to you. I've had that experience. And today I was driving down Elm Street from the water tower down up there on Prescott, and I drove past the Dayspring Apartments there, the new apartment complex they built there, or building. And it came up on my right side. And in between that residential building that was constructed by West, is a West Hat building, I believe, there's a parking lot, and then there's the Dayspring Community Center. And so in between the two buildings, the community center and the residential building, there's a lot where they do a food drive, and they've been doing that for a while now. I've seen it since 2001. And so I started immediately thinking, I said, I'm sure that a lot of the people that go to the food drive that they do there are from the building there. And from that community there, but specifically from that building. And I'm sure that they compile their name, and I'm sure that they assign one person that lives in that building to be the designated petition gatherer. This is what they do. This is how Tasha started. Tasha was the petition gatherer for Jackson, or what is it, wherever she lived, Jefferson Terrace, right? She used her status as the tenant association head to influence people into signing petition. And that's how she gained her influence in politics, or among politicians, among candidates, specifically Virginia Perez. And so she's just doing the same old, tactic that's been used over and over again. It's nothing new. It's just now being exposed by Freddie Vasquez. That's the only difference here. I'm exposing it. Right. So again, I'm willing to bet that a lot of those people that go there are from that building. They get their names. So the designated petition gatherer, preps the people a couple days before, say, hey, don't forget, petitions are coming out. We want to make sure we get them signed. That food distribution that we do there in the lot, we want to keep that going, guys. So we need everyone's signature. This is a petition to keep the food drive. No, it's a petition for the candidate that's running in the race that they are representing or that they are working for. And that's misleading the people, because the food drives will not stop. It does not matter if Tasha Diaz loses, does not matter if Corazon is not here anymore, doesn't matter if any of the elected officials are no longer in office. The food will not stop. And I'm sure Feeding Westchester will concur. And so would Ridgeway Alliance Church, because they do it for good reasons. The congregation there donate. Ain't that right, Jeffrey? They donate to help people, not to help candidates win. I'm sure that's what it is. And so I would imagine that they go to people's doors, they knock on their doors, it goes something like this: ding dong, hi, it's me, the designated person within the building to get these papers signed. Remember the food drive, we got to keep it going. Hola, tengo los papeles. Vengan a firmar. Si no, van a quitar la comida. Y tú sabes que nosotros tenemos hambre. Yeah, that's what it's something like that, I would imagine. And so people sign because they're food insecure. They have food insecurities, and they're more concerned with eating and providing food for their family, a meal for their family, than they are of assuring that anyone else wins an election, or anyone for that matter. And so this is fraud. Fraud is being committed here in these elections. I'm sure this has been going on for quite some time now. Many people are involved. Some of these circulators, people like Rocky that I met over on Bronx River Road, who gathered people in that building. This is what you're doing, and it's wrong. It's fraud. It's a crime. It's a crime. And I'm not going to let this slide, and neither are other candidates. We're definitely going to make a big stink about this. We want honest and fair elections. It's obvious who the people want. But they will not get their choice because they have set up a system of cheating by taking advantage of those that are at a disadvantage, disenfranchised, and are in need of food. And they say those people don't vote. They always talk down about those people. Oh, they don't care. But you use them for their signatures. And that's very low. And you will be judged one day. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics. I just want to put that out there. Fraud is being committed here in the city of Yonkers. Yonkers election scandal 2023. I'm going to expose it. It's time for the corruption to end. And I think a lot of you would agree. Voter fraud, folks. They're conning people, bamboozling people into giving them their signatures so they can get on a ballot that they're not deserving of. And then we go and vote for these individuals because that's who got the signatures. It's got to change. We got to change that. I'm here to make sure we put that out there. I give you guys the information. Maybe that's what my job is in this whole thing, to expose all of it, and I will do just that. I'm Freddie Vasquez, Basement Politics. Have a beautiful night. So all I want to do is come on and just tell you. Take a look at that. I'll put up the link to the website so you can read all about fraud. And I'm going to be doing some more research. So hopefully I have some more information on this, and I'll be back on to talk some more about it. Take care. Have a good night.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddie Vasquez.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
Thank you for watching Basement Politics with my husband, Freddie Vasquez.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
By the way, folks, I got a busy week. I got a lot of meetings coming up. And I'm excited. I'm really excited about the future of the city of Yonkers because I think that change is going to come. I think that we are going to make it happen. I feel it. There are individuals who have an opportunity to be superheroes. Imagine that. Will they take the opportunity, or will they let us down?
Freddie wins. Fatality.
God willing. In Jesus' name, amen.